Hi, you guys. So I have had such an interesting past 10 days that involved so much space and no space at all in a nanosecond. It kind of felt like I was Horton from Horton Hears a Who. And it also feels like at moments I was little speck on Whoville spinning at 100 trillion million miles an hour. Um, it was very interesting the last 7 days, 10 days for me. And there are many moments where I probably was missing the moment in space the whole time and felt super dense, super crunchy, like I was trying to swim in cement. And it was so visceral with my body, the sensation of swimming in cement. And it was so interesting for me to be in a place where I have the tools and I have questions, and I was asking questions and using the tools and still feeling like I'm swimming in cement. And then this deliciousness showed up for me. The deliciousness that showed up for me was when a friend of mine and we were in Winnipeg, and it is beautiful. My dog just came in and was licking my toes. So my dog is like, what's going on? I'm going to contribute to Christine. So, yeah, this friend of mine took me to this place in Winnipeg called The Leaf. And while there, it was so evident for me at the gift Mother Nature is in deleting spin and creating space. And one of the questions I have in my back pocket, but I never asked, was, am I committing to spin or am I committing to space? And there was a huge chunk of the last 10 days where I was really committing to spin, like trying to prove my way out of the cement that I'm breathing in, instead of actually not breathing in cement and changing my landscape. And my landscape is my point of view. My landscape is me wanting to be so self-evident in how right this wrong is that I planted myself in the cement. So my moment in space came, and it was so self-evident when a friend of mine took me to this place called The Leaf in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And it's a kind of like a biodome. And I was sharing stories about the cement. And I wanted to get all the cement story out of me before we even opened the door. Almost like I had to vomit, like I had some bulimia, like I was eating the story that wasn't my story and eating a story that wasn't my story for so long I just had to vomit. And actually, instead of vomiting up a story, all I had to do was stop telling the story. Stop telling the story and just open up the door, go into the biodome. That's all you have to do, just go into the biodome. Mother Nature is there. And the moment I did, the space showed up. That was always there, but I lost track of and lost sight of, and perhaps thought it was missing, but it was always there. But we don't see it when we're committing to spin rather than committing to space. So my moment of space was all the time I spent in this biodome and just noticing my rhythm change, my my beat changed, my pentameter changed, my rhythm became chlorophyll, became sunlight, became green light, became butterflies awakening, became leaf talks to rock, talks to water, talks to birds, talks to sun. And then there was no story, just pure space. And then joy and silliness and entertainment of how much I've been entertaining myself with the proving how right this wrongness is. And that creates the cement that I'm in. Not the other person, but how I choose to be with them. And how I choose to see them. So, my moment in space is really, truly commit to space. Really, truly commit to space. And if you are not space within 24 hours of saying you're committing to space, get yourself to a plant, get yourself to a rock, get yourself to some trees, get yourself to Mother Nature, get yourself into a biodome, go to the leaf and breathe from the molecules of the earth, be with the molecules of the earth. We know this. We know we feel better when we're in nature. But how much do we not allow ourselves to go to the space that can create space for us? We don't let ourselves go to this place in nature until we've got the things figured out, until we've got the list done, until, and then it's sunset, and then it's late, and then it's time to go to bed, and you're still going to bed crunchy, swimming in cement. My moment in space is to breathe with space, to be with the trees, to be with nature, to not prove the rightness of the wrongness and the wrongness of the rightness, and plant my feet in the roots of the truth of the earth energy and go there, especially if I'm choosing to spin, but not waiting to spin to choose it. And that's my push moment, is not waiting for the spin to choose the space, not waiting for the spin to choose the space, not waiting for the earth to choose the earth, not waiting for the right or the wrong of myself or the other to choose the space of the earth and the space of me. Oh, that is young. So, earth medicine works. A moment in space, remembering, knowing, and choosing that earth medicine works. And trusting that. And trusting my body in that. And not having to figure my way out of a forest when I can just be in the forest. Have fun being, have fun breathing. And if there's any crunch in your day, find some earth magic. You don't have to wait for it.